Holland machines are out. Man, I can't remember what those are called. What are those called? These little white things that have all that stuff on the outside of them. Oh man, I can't believe I can't think of what those are called. Anyways, what's up guys? I hope you're doing good. Enjoying the weather. Hopefully it's nice wherever you're at. It's beautiful here today. It's been beautiful all week, really. It's just even better today because it's not super hot yet. I say yet because it is 10 a.m. So it's not the heat there, the peak of the day yet, but it's like low 80s, I think. So I'm enjoying this weather. I'm glad that it's finally good riding weather, you know. So I actually have a topic that I just thought about this morning that I really can't believe I haven't covered yet, but I don't think I have. And so I want to talk about how, not in specific rider skill level, because I know I have made a video on that, but I wanted to talk about what skill is ample enough. When do you have ample enough skill to actually go and ride out on the street? So now the reason I'm saying this is because in Iowa, you technically don't have to take the motorcycle safety course to get your motorcycle license, which is, to my surprise and many other surprises, uncommon, I think, in other states. I believe in a lot of other states, you don't actually even have to take, or you do have to take the MSF course as a part of obtaining your motorcycle endorsement. That's not the case here in Iowa. You can basically, the fast track way of doing it is you just take your motorcycle out. It has to be a motorcycle that's road legal, obviously, and you know, all the turn signals and everything all the turn signals work and everything, all the electronics and all that work. But basically you just take your bike, you do a riding test where it's like 4 separate, like, quick little tests that, you know, basically test your agility, your control on the motorcycle, balance, things like that. And then you take a written test. It's like maybe like 25 questions or something, and if you pass that without missing like 5 or more, I think, you've got your motorcycle endorsement. Now I'm pretty sure you have to be 18 plus to do all that. But yeah, it's pretty dang simple. And so, a little background for me, I basically did that. What I did is I actually I went and bought this motorcycle, and we hauled it back on my buddy's truck, and then I pretty much just practiced in my driveway and my you know, like my street at my house. Basically just practiced there for maybe like a few weeks or something, and then I had a buddy who actually had his motorcycle license already. We went out and I had him ride my bike out to the actually to the spot where you take the riding test. So out at the DOT where he took the riding test. And so I practiced there for a couple days, and then I signed up for the rider test, and you know, there was my license. I had it. So is that enough for me to be out on the street? My quick answer to that is no. I think it's kind of crazy that they allow that, because I went and took the motorcycle rider course on this bike, or I took the rider test on this bike, and this is a 300. Now they have different parameters for smaller bikes. Like if your bike is under 300 cc, or under 600 cc, I think, you had to make a sharper turn. Like the U-turn you did had to be sharper. So there was very minimal difference though. But I went out and I got my license on this bike, and that basically gives me the right. I could go pick up a turboed Hayabusa or a brand R1M and ride out on the street, and I'm good. I'm licensed. I'm perfectly legal to drive. That thought is kind of scary to me, because you can do that. Now, the funny thing, and the reason I think that is because my buddy, the guy who helped me out with it, he took his rider test on a Honda Grom. Like, you can basically like pretty much take a moped out there and be good, and then you can just pick up a freaking leader bike, super sport, and you can ride it on the street. So that is kind of scary in and of itself. Do I think you should have to take a motorcycle rider course to get your license? I'm kind of iffy on that because I never did take one. So I can't really say yes or no. I think it's probably a good idea, and like I was hesitant to. I almost did, but I never ended up actually signing up and taking the course. But I think it's probably a good idea to do so, and I 100% would not be opposed to it. Like, I was ready to sign up for it and everything. Like, I don't think it's a bad idea. In fact, I think it's a good idea, especially for brand new riders like myself. But I think a lot of people here in Iowa would do that. They just fast track. They get their own bike, and then they practice for a couple days, a few weeks or something maybe, and then they just call it good, go out and take the rider course. I don't know what that screeching was from, but the rider course is really not very intricate and indicative of how well someone can ride on the street. And the funny thing is, you never really go over 15 miles an hour in that rider course. So if that doesn't tell you kind of a little bit about it, you can, heck, I did it. I took the rider course. I didn't go above 15 miles an hour, and then I rode my bike home going on a 55 actually, I think. Super busy with graduation here today. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that. I know I didn't really talk a lot about like what I think should be ample skill. I really don't. I can't form an opinion on that, or I can't form like a solid like statement on what I think is right, what I think is wrong. Because if you're good enough of a rider and like you're coordinated and stuff, I don't think you really need to take the MSF. And I just say that because I did it. But like, there are some people, like if someone's struggling to ride a motorcycle, or they've never even ridden like a bicycle in their life, I think it's probably a good idea for them to have to take the MSF course. But I mean, again, Iowa is a state that is very lenient with motorcycles, so I kind of have to take that into account. So I would say that overall, we're rather lenient, so I would be a little bit more on the side of being more strict in the practices. Like, I would say that, like, I don't know, I don't want to go as far as to say like you have to take a mandatory MSF course, but like I feel like you should. Like, I would not have been mad having to take that at all. So I really think it's fine for me to say that you should have to take an MSF course when you're getting your motorcycle license. I don't know, I just think it's so dangerous letting people ride out on the street like that. And it's funny because I'm one that did that. I didn't take the MSF course. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think. But as far as a stance on this, I'd probably say that I do think I would be more pro MSF course, motorcycle safety foundations course, maybe is. I don't know if that's what that is, but it's just called the MSF. I don't know, I hear it in YouTube videos all the time, but just a motorcycle safety course. I would be more so pro doing that over just letting people kind of willy-nilly go out and pass, you know, a test. And again, with that the riding test, you don't actually have to get a perfect score or anything on it. You can make like a handful of mistakes. They tell you right at the start like how many mistakes you can make and still pass. I think I got some points deducted for there was a portion where you had to stop your front wheel in a 2x4 box painted on the ground or something, and I like barely touched the line and I got points deducted for it. So I mean, who really knows? But anyways, just let me know what you guys think. I hope you kind of enjoyed talking about this. It's an interesting topic for me personally, so yeah, take it easy. Have a good weekend. Peace.